8-bit baseball is on. Game 2 between the Deep Dungeons and the Comet Fireballs. The home team was victorious in Game 1, and the storyline there was their impressive pitching. They gave up just 5 hits and 1 run in the win. Well, the teams have taken the field and we're ready to get things going. Deep Dungeons up to bat first. Neil, the left fielder. Tomson on the pitcher's mound. First pitch foul, so that will make the count 0-1. Tomson, the pitcher for the Comet Fireballs. And that one's outside, 88 miles an hour. 1 ball, 1 strike now. Neil, the left fielder, batting .250 on the young season. There's a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Neil. Tomson winds up, delivers, and that's going to be down the third base line. Third baseman Keenan is there and covers it. And that is the first out of the inning, tossing it over to first. All right, a ball there for the first pitch to Layden. 1-0. The count. Tomson with a 99-mile-an-hour strike right on the edge of the corner of the plate there. 1-1 the count. And that one's inside. Layden slaps at it, but it's knocked over into the foul side, first base side. So 1-2 the count. And that one hits up to the shortstop. The shortstop, Vittel, throws it over to Baker for the second out, which brings up Henry. Henry, the first baseman. And that pitch is inside, 87 miles an hour for a ball. Tomson winds and delivers. And that one's outside now. So ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to Henry. And we have a strike now on the inside. A little bit of a curve there, brought it back over the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike to Henry. And that is a strike right over the plate, 88 miles an hour. So 2 balls, 2 strikes now. 2 outs in the top of the first for the Deep Dungeons. And that's going to be a foul ball into the stands. Just became a nightlight with an interesting backstory. Henry still batting. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tomson delivers over the plate. He swings at that one. It's right down the line. Is it going to stay fair? It is foul. It drops foul. Miller had a chance at that one. It was very close, but he wasn't able to make the grab. So the at-bat's still alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He swings at that one. That is hit out to the shortstop, Vittel, who swings it over to Baker, but not in time. Not in time, and so he is able to get on base, running out that pitch. A 100-mile-an-hour strike to House. The cleanup hitter, Tomson, comes back strong. And then a ball, 1-1 the count after the 2 pitches. 1-1 to House, Tomson, and he delivers an 88-mile-an-hour ball, so we're now 2-1. And then another one outside, so the count is now 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike to House. And he pitches outside, and he walked him. So now House is on base. We have runners at first and second, and that pitch will be fouled away on the third base side. Starr fouls his first pitch, and that one is inside, 88, so that evens the count at 1-1. Starr, the second baseman, and that is a pitch 97 miles an hour inside, 1-2 the count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and then Starr swings at that one for a foul ball. And we're still at a 1-2 count. 2 down, but runners at first and second. And the pitch there down the middle. The shortstop dives, and it goes past him into center field. Church has it. He throws it in, but the bases are now loaded. Bases loaded. 2 down for Ramses, the third baseman for Deep Dungeons. And Ramsey swings at that one. That's a big hit. It's going deep into the outfield. The left fielder is back, Trevor, and it is, well, he should have bought a ticket for the stands if he wanted to catch that one. That's a home run. A home run. Grand slam. Well, I think the visiting team took it personally that they were not able to generate much offense last game. And they definitely came to play today. First pitch strike from Tomson. And Rubio, the catcher, now up to bat. And that's a strike. That's a hit into the outfield. Miller, the right fielder, on a long run, was able to make that catch. And in the inning, after 4 runs scored in the top. So Trevor now up for the home team, Comet Fireballs. looking to get back some of those runs. Thomas pitching for the deep dungeons. And that one softly hit to the shortstop, Jesse. He makes a hard throw, but it's not going to be in time. Trevor's able to run that out and get to first base. So that's a single to start things off in the bottom of the first. Pryor up, the second baseman, and he takes a hit by pitch, and we'll check him out, but probably nothing more than a few missed pixels. And then Church, the center fielder, he swings at that one. That's popped up over on the first base side. The second baseman, Starr, comes over and actually makes the catch. All right. And so Miller, the right fielder, is up, and he hits that one down the third baseline. Third baseman is there covering and steps on the bag and is able to get the lead runner as well in a double play. So that ends the inning. Back to the deep dungeons. Jesse, the shortstop, now up to bat. Tomson still pitching. He just gave up the grand slam in the first inning, but otherwise, I suppose they have confidence in him. And that is a single. He is safe. And that will bring up Thomas, the pitcher. Outside for the first pitch, ball one. One ball, no strikes. And he swings at that one in his inside pitch. And he, getting in a rundown situation there. He was off the bag, and so that leads to a double play. 2 down now. Neal, the left fielder, up to bat. And the leadoff batter, he is able to poke that right through the shortstop and third baseman there for a single. So the inning stays alive. Layden now, the right fielder, up to bat with Neal on first base. 2 batters out, or two outs for the inning. And then that one's right down the line. And Miller, the right fielder, is having to chase it down. It's going to be at least a double. Let's see what happens on the base pass. Okay, they hold now, so a double. And runners now at second and third for Henry, the first baseman. And Henry swings at that one, but it goes to Pryor, the second baseman, who's able to make an easy toss to Baker for the third out. So no more runs there. Definitely made the effort. Looking quite like they're able to swing the bats today. So we'll see what happens in subsequent innings. Baker now up. He pops that one straight up. Rubio, the catcher. It's in foul territory, but Rubio appears to be able to make a play on it. He has to reach for that one. Almost missed it, but makes the catch and the out. So Vittel now, the shortstop, is up. And he hits that one foul territory on the third base side. Strike one. Thomas delivers the pitch outside. 88 miles an hour, that ball. 1-1 the count. Thomas pitches again. That one's inside. 86 miles an hour. So 2-1 the count now. 2 balls, 1 strike. Vittel looks at a 97 mile an hour strike. That evens the count at 2-2. 2-2 to Vittel. Thomas winds, delivers. And there's a swing on that one. The shortstop is charges over, and he is able to make it in time. That was a long throw and not a particularly fast throw, but it was in time to get the out. 2 down now for Keenan, the third baseman. The pitch is outside, ball. And the second pitch is a ball, also outside. So 2 balls, no strikes. Bottom of the second. 4-0 visiting team, and that one is hit into center right, and it's going to drop. And yes, the center fielder has to run it down. It bounces off of the wall. A double here to keep the inning alive. Well, wouldn't you know it? 2 outs for the catcher Toomer. See if Toomer can advance him. And it is hit over to the shortstop, who's able to just grab it and make a tag on the runner. So that will end the second inning. All right. Deep Dungeons up to bat. House. And he just hits that one straight up. And Tomson, the pitcher's over, and he gathers under it and collects the first out. So Starr now up to bat. Starr, the second baseman. Tomson. And he pitches the first one outside, a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. And Deep Dungeons wanting to add to their lead. I'm sure the third baseman gloves that one. That's a slow throw, but he's not able to leg it out, so that will be an out. That whole play was just slow all around. So 2 down now on the top of the third. Ramsey's the third baseman's up, and he hits a very hard shot. That's going to go deep, and well beyond any playable area. So that is a home run. Home run. And we're going to see a pitching substitution now. Summer coming in for the Comet Fireballs. Summer, and he immediately gets an out. Summer pitched most of the way in the first game and was very effective. Thomas now, pitching for the Deep Dungeons. And Summer, the pitcher, up to bat. He'll lead this one off, the 9-hole hitter. And that pitch is inside. Summer swings at it, but Henry, the first baseman, grabs it and tags the bag for the first out. Now around to Trevor, the left fielder. And Trevor is batting .500 on the year, also got that home run. The left fielder has been very effective. Let's see if he can start things here in the third inning. The count now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Trevor. Thomas winds and delivers, and he hits that one third base side foul into the stands. Made a nice souvenir. And here's the pitch. And he swings at that one lightly down the third base line. Third baseman Ramses is there. He throws it over to Henry, the first baseman, and that is out number 2. Pryor now, the second baseman up. And he swings at that one. That one's inside. That's down the third base line. And Neil's going to have to run that one down. Neil, the left fielder, finally grabs it. It will be a single because Neil was able to grab it in time. But nevertheless, a hit and a runner on base now for Church, the center fielder. And he hits that one. And the first baseman is able to grab it and just tosses it over to Starr, the second baseman, for the force out and the third out of the inning. So there we are. We move on. A little bit of add-on with the home run. So 5-0. 5-0 for the Deep Dungeons. And now it's going to be the first out. Pretty easy throw there for the second baseman. And Thomas, the pitcher, comes up to bat. Let's see if he can get anything going. A strike. He swung hard at that one. And Summer just put the ball right at the edge of the plate, beyond the reach of his bat. And that one's inside, a very nice slider that had him fooled. No balls, 2 strikes now. Summer is well ahead on the count. Thomas, and he does swing and make contact with that one, but the first baseman, Baker, just sort of moves a little bit forward and grabs it and steps on the bag. Now Neil is up to bat. Neil hits that one well. The second baseman, Pryor's there and able to toss it over to Baker for the out, second for the third out. So there we are, top of the 4th done. Deep Dungeons done, and the Comet Fireballs are now up to bat. Miller, the right fielder, takes the ball, first pitch. Thomas, still on the hill, has not given up a run yet, and that's another inside pitch. 2 balls, no strikes to Miller, the right fielder, batting .600, 1 home run as well, and another ball, so he's way ahead on the count. 3 balls, no strikes to Miller, no outs for the big slugger. And he does swing at that one, and I'm guessing that's why he was throwing him balls, because that's another one that, that one's into the stands, friends, and hope you enjoyed that one if you managed to catch it. Miller breaks the 0 and adds a 1. 5-1 now for the visiting team. Oh, and a hit by pitch there. Baker takes his base, and Deep Dungeons now looking to substitute. They bring in Samuel to pitch to Vittel, the shortstop. And Vittel hits that one immediately out to Jesse. Line drive fly, and it's out, who then throws back to the first baseman, but runner was able to get back in time. So 1 down, and we've got a pinch hitter now. Vasman, he pops right up there. So Vasman's going to be at third base for Keenan, and he's popped up for the second out. All right. And we've got Allen now coming in. Allen. Numerous substitutions here in an effort to generate offense, and this Allen swings through that second strike, and he's already behind, but he gets on that one. It's going to be in foul territory, however. So count still 0-2 to Allen. Yep, Allen, and that's just going to end it. Wow, what an end to that one. They had a rally going, and there were some interesting pinch hits, but not able to string enough hits together to generate more runs. So now Allen will be substituted for Schmeck, a defensive substitution there. Okay. You see that one. So Schmeck in for the catcher position. All right. And that one gets past. That's going to be a hit into the outfield there. Yeah. All right. So that was Layden. Layden's on first, and he takes off. He's trying to steal second, and he is... Oh! It was very close, but he was thrown out, caught stealing. So Henry still up to bat. No balls, 1 strike. And he hits that one, and the second baseman, just shifted over and made a catch on the line drive. So now Henry up to bat. The cleanup hitter still looking for his first hit of the season. and it's not going to come here. He hits that one right back up to the pitcher and just throws it over to first for the out. All right, so now the Comet Fireballs are up, and the pitcher, Summer, is up to bat. And let's see what happens here. Strike. He swung at that one. Didn't make any contact at all. Samuel pitching for Deep Dungeons. Comet Fireballs trailing 5-1. They won the first game on strong pitching, but have given up 5 runs already here today. And Samuel is ahead on the count, 1-2. And that's softly hit on the first base side, but Henry just grabs it, steps on first base, so that's first out. Trevor now up to bat. And Samuel delivers, and that one's inside. He gets a little bit of a bat on it. Looked like it wanted to stay down the line, but ultimately goes foul. So we'll take a strike on that one, and a second strike there. Just looking at 100 miles an hour, no balls, 2 strikes is the count. Samuel, he pops him up. It's just going to be just beyond the infield. Jesse, the shortstop, is moving over, and he makes the catch. All right, no problems there. 2 down. Pryor, the second baseman, now up to bat. Samuel, it pitches it outside, and he swings at it, and Jesse, the shortstop, is just kind of move out, kind of beyond second, and make a catch there on the fly ball. So that ends the 5th inning. And the Deep Dungeons come up to bat again. Star, the second baseman, takes a pitch inside for a ball. 88 miles an hour on that one. Summer, he delivers a pitch on the outside of the plate. 88 miles an hour. Evens the count, 1-1. And then that pitch was outside, 89. Had quite a bit of curve on it, but Star held off. And then that one's back inside, an inside hard fastball, 98 miles an hour. 2-2 the count. Pitch here, and he swings at that one. It's going to go right up the middle there, out into center field. A line drive, a bouncing single up the middle. And Ramses now, the third baseman, comes up to bat. The third baseman, Ramses, he's been about the biggest bat so far this season for the Deep Dungeons. Batting .750 with 2 home runs. 1 ball, 1 strike to Ramses. And the runner takes off. And it's not too close on that one, caught stealing. So that will give us our first out of the inning. Ramses, and Ramses hits that one well into left field, but Trevor's over there. It's not going to have quite enough leg to make it out of the stadium, unlike many of his other hits. Rubio, the catcher, now up to bat, and also looking for his first hit of the season. Not going to happen there. Hits it right to Vittel, who makes the easy line drive catch. All right, so Comet Fireballs up. Church up to bat. The center fielder, Samuel, pitching. And he swings at that one. That's going to be hit over into between the first and second base side. The second baseman has it. And that is 1 down. Miller now, the right fielder, batting .666 with the 2 homers. Very impressive. And he hits that one down the third baseline. Third baseman Ramses covers it, grabs it, throws it over to Henry for the out. So 2 down now. Baker, the first baseman, up. Baker, and it's a ball inside. 1 ball, no strikes to Baker. And the delivery here, it's on the outside, got the edge of the corner there. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Baker. And Baker swings at that one. It's hit back into the foul territory. Ramses is going to make an attempt at it. I think he might be able to catch it. He does. He catches the pop-up in the foul territory for the 3rd out. And they're singing Sweet Caroline. All right. Now Jesse, the shortstop, up to bat, and he hits that one back into foul territory. Toomer running back. He is under it, looks to be able to make and he does, yes, makes the catch. So 1 down now for Samuel, the pitcher. And Summer delivers the pitch there on the outside, but Samuel tried to swing at it, missed the pitch. No balls, 1 strike. And the pitch inside, and he fouls that one back, so that will be no balls and 2 strikes. Somewhere ahead on the count. And here's the next pitch. It's at the outside. He struck him out. Strike out for Summer. All right, so Neil comes up. And that is... He hits that one into the left field, but Trevor's there and makes the catch. So we end the inning that way. Comet Fireballs, home team now, up to bat again. Vittel, the shortstop, has not gotten a hit this season. I know he'd like to change that here. Oh, well, he did get on base. I'm sure he'll take that. Then Vasman now, the substitution earlier, and he gets a hard hit down the line, first base side. That's going to advance the runner to third, and he almost gets caught in a run down there. So runners at the corners, first and third for Schmeck, the catcher, who was substituted earlier as well. And he hits that one to the shortstop, Jesse, who throws over to first in time for the out. But we still have runners at second and third. And we're going to have some changes here. So we've got a pitching substitution, Yoshi in. We've got a pinch hitter as well, Cobb. Cobb hits it right to the shortstop, who then throws over to first for the out. So nothing going there. Yoshi already a third of an inning down. Runners at second and third. Now into foul territory. But let's see if they can score. Comet Fireballs, this is one of their best opportunities so far today. Yoshi ahead on the count, no balls, 2 strikes to Trevor, and he throws that one inside, a ball, 86 miles an hour, 1 ball, 2 strikes to Trevor, and Yoshi strikes him out! Well, that ends that with a strikeout. Well done. All right, and the pitching change here for the Comet Fireballs. Larry coming in to pitch to Layden. Layden hits that one down the line. The first baseman, Baker, has it, steps on the bag for the first out. And Henry now, the first baseman, up to bat. And his first pitch there is in the inside, and he fouls it on the first base side. Ground foul. Strike 1, no balls, 1 strike to Henry. Larry delivers the pitch outside, ball, 86 miles an hour. So that's 1 ball, 1 strike to Henry. And the next pitch is on the inside, 98 miles an hour for that one. Strike, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And that one is hit right back to the pitcher in a line drive, and it is out. 2 down for House, the cleanup hitter. And he hits that one on the first base side. It's fouled. Let's see if Baker can get under it and make the catch. He appears to. Yep. And so House just cannot get on base by any means. All right. So Comet Fireball is now batting. Pryor, the second baseman, up to bat. Yoshi pitching for Deep Dungeons. And he hits that one out between the center fielder and the left fielder. It's off of the wall. It's going to be a double. What a way to start the inning. All right. So Church now up to bat. Pryor at second. Nobody down. And that one kind of rolls over to the second baseman. Strange. Oh, no, we've got an error. Uh-oh. That was a very strange play. We'll have to review that one later on. But definitely in throwing error there. Nobody was covering, and the ball got into the foul territory there. And Church advanced all the way to third, and a run scored. So we'll sort that one out later, but wow. All right, and then that's going to be an RBI. So that makes it 5-3. Home team now starting to rally after the confusion there. Going to see a pitching change. Grant brought in to pitch to Baker. Runner at first, nobody down. And he is popped up. Neal is there under it, makes the catch. So now finally their first out of this strange inning. Bottom of the 8th, 1 down. Grant pitching, Vittel the shortstop up to bat. And he hits that one into the left field. And it is going to be a home run. We have a tie ball game after the home run. Wow. All right, so Vasman, who was the substitute earlier, and hits that one foul. Tie ball game. Bottom of the 8th. Grant pitching. Vasman, and that's a strike on the outside corner. So no balls and 2 strikes to the third baseman. All right, and that one is outside as well. 1 ball, 2 strikes inside, so we've got now 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is a tense moment of the game here. Things have really changed, and now we've moved to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Vasman. What will he throw him? That's a walk. He was not able to find the zone, so Vasman on deck. Schmeck, the catcher, hits it over to the third baseman, who is able to get the lead runner out, but not Schmeck himself, who's on first. So 2 down now for Larry, the pitcher. And Larry hits that one quite weakly there to the second baseman, who just throws it over to the shortstop covering and the lead runner. And we're done with that. But wow, that we're tied up. We're tied up. Now Star is at the bat, and he hits that one out to Pryor, who has moved back and gets under it for the pop-up. One down in the top of the ninth. Ramses, the third baseman, is up. He takes a hard cut at that, but it is in the infield, kind of inside out of the pitch, and Vittel is there, makes the catch. All right, so Rubio, the catcher, is up for the Deep Dungeons, and that ball is outside, 86 miles an hour, and he laid off of it. 1-0 the count. That one's also outside, not falling for any of those. 2-0 the count. All right, and a third ball inside. He's just hanging in there, not swinging at any of these. 3-0 the count, and now finally a strike just on the outside corner. Very close pitch. 3-1 the count to Rubio. And the pitch here is on the outside. He walked him. All right, so pinch hitter now for the Comet Fireballs. Larry is brought in. I'm sorry, Scott, rather, is brought in. And he hits that one down the line. That's down the third base line. And he gets away from Trevor. And, okay, just a single, but the runner advances. So runners at first and second with 2 down. And now another substitution. Nat is brought in. Nat is brought in, and he swings at that one. That's going to get beyond the infield. And now the bases are loaded. Well, well, well. How did we get here? All right, so we've got a pitching change. The Comet Fireballs bring in Sink. And Neil is there, the leadoff hitter. He's going to foul that one on the third base side. We made a memento there for some lucky fan. So nothing and 1 the count. And that's a ball. That was quite inside there for Sink. But a strike now. He comes back now, works the count to 1-2. And the pitch, that one's way outside, 78 miles an hour. Bases loaded, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Neil. Sink delivers a ball. That was a very curvy pitch. Didn't find the zone, though. 3-2. And it's inside. He walked him. And the Deep Dungeons take the lead on the walk. Bases still loaded. And Sink still having trouble finding the strike zone. Now, 1-1. He finally gets a strike. 1-1 to Layden, the right fielder. Looking to add on now that they've gained the lead here in the 9th inning. Wow. And that's a hit. And it's going to get through beyond the first baseman all the way to the right fielder Miller. And the bases are still loaded, and they've scored again. Now 7-5. Deep Dungeons leading the Comet Fireballs. And there's another hit by pitch. Boy, Sink is really having trouble with that. So that walks in another run. The lead is now 3, 8-5. And Sink is still on the mound, but he does get a foul ball there. So first strike. Foul to House, who still has not gotten it. And, well, House may not have gotten a hit, but he's got an RBI now, thanks to the hit by pitch and bases loaded walk that puts in a runner. And then that pitch goes right into left field to Trevor, so that's another RBI. Oh, they're really coming apart here in the 10th now. 10-5. 10-5. The visiting team is up, and it looks like another. Oh, the diving play by Pryor finally gets the third out, but not after. Until 5 runs are given up. My. All right, so Noel coming in for Deep Dungeons. And Trevor batting for the Comet Fireballs. A quick out there, just right to the pitcher and to the first baseman. So now Pryor, the second baseman, up. Noel. And he winds up, delivers. That's inside, 78 ball. 1 ball, no strikes to Pryor. Noel delivers, and that is a strike. Just barely got the outside corner there. Very good pitch, a lot of movement. 1-1 to Pryor, and that one's in the dirt for a ball. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Pryor. Bottom of the 9th, and he swings at that one. That was also in the dirt. So 2-2 the count, trailing by 5. They need to make up a lot of time here now. It's a work to a full count. So 3 balls, 2 strikes to Pryor. Well. Delivers, and he swings at that one. It's shallowly hit to center, and it looks like no one is able to make the play. House could not come forward and make it. Star was not able to make it. So Pryor is able to get onto base with just 1 down, and he's trying to steal now, but that's hit into foul territory. Henry moves over, he'll make that catch. So runners will return to first. And we've got 2 down now for Miller, the right fielder, who's batting .625 and has 2 home runs. Bottom of the 9th. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, 1 runner on. And the pitch, that's a ground ball up to the shortstop, and he gets the lead runner out. The game is over. Deep Dungeons, the visiting team win over the Comet Fireballs 10-5. Outstanding game. Hope you enjoyed it.